Hey guys, so I know don't usually upload Destiny content, but I've been playing a lot of Shadowkeep and I just came across this pretty crazy build that I wanted to show you. So this whole build revolves around getting your grenade back insanely fast, and that starts with Nezaric's Sin, which has the perk Abyssal Extractors, which gives you ability energy for any void kills, and that's void ability kills and also void weapon kills. And then on my gloves, I just put a discipline mod on them and impact induction, which gives me grenade energy for melee hits, and an enhanced loader for my weapon, which I'll go over in a second. On my chest piece, I have overload grenades and breach refractor. Overload grenades are pretty useful for disrupting enemies and stopping them from using their abilities, but breach refractor is where the main synergy in this build comes from. What it does is that it gives you grenade energy for getting kills with anti-barrier weapons, or anytime anyone in your fire team disrupts an anti-barrier champion. On my legs, I've just got an extra discipline mod and a scav for my heavy weapon. And then on my class item, I have oppressive darkness. And I forgot to mention that this isn't even the full extent of this build, because as you can see on my chest piece, can still add another discipline mod, but the problem is I haven't found good enough armor to masterwork, so keep that in mind. I'm only at tier 7, I think, discipline, so this could get even better. But anyway, back to the class item. I have Oppressive Darkness, which weakens enemies and deals massive damage with your void grenades. It's just an extremely useful mod. And again, if I were to masterwork this piece, I'd have 4 more energy, enough to put on a distribution mod, which would help even more with my abilities. So the way this whole build comes together is with your primary weapon. And now I have to give some credit to a YouTuber called Chris P. Bacon 808 for his Death Songs and Melody build video, which gave me a lot of the ideas for this build. In that video, he's also making use of Nezaric's Sin, but he has Recluse with anti-barrier rounds to proc Breach Refractor, and then he has a Demolitionist auto rifle with anti-barrier rounds to proc Demolitionist and Breach Refractor. So he's making use of Breach Refractor, Demolitionist, and Abyssal Extractors across 2 primary weapons, which got me thinking, is there a primary weapon in the game that can proc all 3 of those at once? And it turns out there's 2. There's the Gnawing Hunger, which is a tier 3 Reckoning exclusive, which can be kind of a pain to grind for. It's what I was going for initially, but then I dropped this Optative, which came with Demolitionist and Rapid Hit, and it is the absolute god roll for this build. It is far easier to grind for since you can pick up the frame for this weapon specifically, and on top of that there's only 4 weapons that drop from Vex Offensive, so you're very likely to just drop it playing the activity naturally because it's quite a rewarding activity. And this is definitely the weapon I'd say you want to go for. If you prefer auto rifles, again, there is the choice of Gnawing Hunger. That might just take you a little bit longer to get. But anyway, this weapon is just perfect for this build because, as you can see, it procs all 3 effects. It procs Abyssal Extractors, being a void weapon. It has Demolitionist, which is a natural 10% grenade energy on every kill. And it has anti-barrier rounds, so it's proccing Breach Refractor. And now I want to show off what exactly this build can do. I throw a grenade down, I get a couple kills off the bat, and then on my 3rd kill you'll see that my grenade is already back. And I know that in the description and the title I said a grenade every 2 kills, but again, keep in mind that I'm only at 7 discipline. Once I get some decent armor with good stats that's worth masterworking, I'll not only have another discipline mod on my chest, but I'll have higher stats overall, meaning I can quite easily get to 10 discipline, and I'm almost 100% certain that once I do that, I'll be able to have a grenade every 2 kills. And this is just insane. There's so many applications to this. First of all, of course, there's Oppressive Darkness, which just deals massive damage to high health targets and will just be invaluable in Nightfalls. Then there's Devour. If survivability is what your issue is, Devour can just be up constantly. You can just have it all the time. And then for PvP, there's Handheld Supernova, which I heard can one-shot certain supers with Oppressive Darkness. And if that's true, that's pretty insane. Now, I'm not actually sure if Breach Refractor does proc in PvP on Guardian kills. I haven't tested this. I heard it does, but I can't confirm it myself. Or I haven't confirmed it myself. If it does proc in PvP, then there you go. You have a pretty good way of ruining Iron Banner this week. Just have constant handheld supernovas. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show off for this build. I'm really enjoying Shadowkeep. I think these artifact mods are just really insane, and I really like the concept of having certain broken builds, but only for a season, so that once it gets a little bit obnoxious, it'll probably be gone by then. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.